Hi, guys, and welcome to Classical Comedies, Facts, and Trivia. I found one and I thought this is super cool. I always like looking at the past, and which is what we normally do here, but we're looking even further back. Today, I'm going to show you some pictures of the cast of Green Acres in their early screen roles, before Green Acres. Actually, way before Green Acres. And we'll, of course, start with Eddie Albert. We begin with the star himself, the man known in Hooterville as Oliver Wendell Douglas. Albert, born Heimberger, began on the radio in New York City, co-hosting the radio show called The Honeymooners, Grace and Eddie Show. Soon after, became most known as Bing Edwards in Brother Rat, a role that began on Broadway and soon expanded to Hollywood adaptation. 1938 Brother Rat film would be his screen debut, and that's the picture here. You know his co-star? Ronald Reagan. Eva Gabor, the Hungarian-born actress and younger sister of Zsa Zsa, landed her first screen role in, Forced Landing. She's the exotic love interest in the 1941 adventure romance, pictured here as her character, Joanna Van Duren. Eva was the first Gabor to emigrate to the United States. That glamour carried over to her role as city slicker Lisa Douglas. Barbara Pepper. Arnold the Pig was the most famous Ziffel on the show. Pepper played the pig's owner, Doris Ziffel, an elderly neighbor to Oliver and Lisa. Roll back the clock a few decades, and you can find Pepper making her screen debut in Roman Scandals, seen here as an uncredited dancer. She had good company. Another young and upcomer named Lucille Ball was alongside her, also making her debut. Yep, Lucy and Doris Ziffel made their first Hollywood appearances together. Okay, what about Mr. Ziffel, you ask? Hank Peterson? Well, old Fred cut his teeth in westerns. In 1939 and the early 40s, Patterson popped up in a few uncredited roles, background bits and odors like the Arizona Kid and John Wayne's Three Faces West. The former vaudeville piano player earned his first credited role in Abilene Town in 1946. Pat Butram, sponsored by Alka-Seltzer every Saturday night. National Barn Dance was a country music radio show based out of Chicago. Yep, the second city had a country scene. Alabama native Butram was a key player on the program, which jumped to the big screen in 1944 with the film adaptation of the same name. Here he is in a scene from National Barn Dance, the movie. Before becoming Mr. Haney on Green Acres, he was also the sidekick to Roy Rogers for a spell. Frank Katy is one of those actors who's hard to picture young. His Sam Drucker character was young, was such a common presence in 1960s television, appearing in Hooterville Universe on Beverly Hillbillies, Green Acres, and Petticoat Junction. The Stanford graduate began his film career in the late 40s following his military service. His first credited role was already a mature role. He played a professor in 1947 comedy Sarge Goes to College, a film starring Alan Hale Jr. of Gilligan's Island. The following year, he was in Bungalow 13, and that's where this picture's from. Albie Moore. Jack Alvin Moore appeared in the vast majority of Green Acres episodes as a ditzy local agricultural agent Hank Kimball. The Indiana Kid served in the Marines in the Pacific during World War II. No wonder so many of his early film roles throughout the 1950s were soldiers in war flicks. Before that, in 1951, he made his TV debut on Space Patrol, seen here in this episode, A Big Wheel Named Ferris. Mary Grace Canfield. The Monroe brothers were a constant source of the sitcom. Canfield played Ralph, the sister, in actuality. In the late 1950s, Canfield took a few small roles on obscure television series such as The Best of Broadway and Robert Montgomery Presents. Challenging to find it, not lost to time. In 1960, however, she made a memorable turn in Pollyanna, the Haley Mills favorite, as seen here. Sid Melton, Alf, the other Monroe, showcased Sid Melton's comedy skills. He began his career in low-budget flicks, often as comic relief. His first credited role as Sidney was in Dr. Broadway in 1942. His second, Girls in Chains, in 1943, was a crime tale, and that's this one. Tom Lester. Lester, an honest-to-goodness farm boy, was perfect to play the part of Ebb. It is said that Lester beat out 400 other actors for the role of Ebb because he actually knew how to milk a cow. No wonder it was his first acting role. And there you go. I thought this was really cool. I like old pictures. I like history, especially television history and music history. But that's all I got for you today. I hope you enjoyed it as well. Please subscribe if you have not yet. Please like this video. You guys have a great day. God bless you. And I'm praying for you.